Hello to everyone right there at Cadred. I'm with Friza. He's one of the few international attendees here at Frag-O-Matic, and basically we're going to jump right into it. What the hell are you doing here?
I don't know. A few of my mates from 1.6 years ago, Mousy, Trep, and Robs, I used to play them years, literally 8 years ago. People thinking back home, it's like, how old are you, Friza, now? It's like, I'm not 30, I'm 23, so I'm not that old. And they said to me, right, do you want to come to this land a week ago? I said, might as well. It's quite cheap, quite close to get to, so I thought, why not? Might as well.
So, how was the travel? Obviously, you go by ferry. You have to drive on the other side of the road. We've heard great stories of Dutch people crashing on the way to I-Series. What's your personal experience?
Yeah, the travel's not too bad from London down to the ferry's about an hour and a half. It's kind of split, and then the ferry's like an hour and a half, and then an hour and a half to here. So it's kind of split up nicely. Yeah, getting off the ferry, we didn't even know what side of the road we're driving on, which is quite fun. Nearly run over a cyclist or something as well, which is quite funny. But yeah, it's quite easy to get to. Bit of a laugh, really. So
Right. Did you know what you were getting yourself into when you first came here? I think you have one Belgian in the team.
Yeah.
It was probably his idea,
Yeah,
I imagine.
yeah.
So, I mean, you're here now. What do you think of it? It's obviously quite a downskill from an I-Series.
I really, really like it. Anyone who's not been to international events, I've been to a few DreamHacks and Techs or whatever. This seems more. It's a lot cheaper for starters. An I-Series ticket and everything. I'd definitely spend less being here than I would in an I-Series. I mean, it's a bit more community focused. I've got a boxing ring in the middle of like the event. It's like, what's all this about? But yeah, it's good. You got like atmosphere. Like everyone's getting involved, and it's not too noisy. Everyone's getting involved. It's one of the better lands I've been to easily. It's really nicely laid out and easy to get to. Nice shops and food and bits. So
Well, that's a nice bridge. You talking about the community side of the event because you were used to being like pretty much out there as a character in the competitive scene. You played for Team UK, as from what I remember, and then things kind of died down. And then obviously you got into the Alienware Backpack Challenge. Talk us through how you went from basically being on top of the UK scene to kind of disappearing and now re-emerging in the middle of Weezer.
yeah, so I started playing the Team UK days, and obviously people know me back from the Infused era. Um, I started hardcore in it, absolute playing loads of CS, and then a lot of things got in the way, college, university, stopping out. Recently I've just started a job in January, so I literally come on at 7 p.m. and then till 10 I'm literally playing CS. So I kind of had to diet down a bit, unfortunately. So I thought now I'm getting into it, CSGO came out, and I'm pretty certain I'll probably get back into it more seriously again. It's nice to see a lot of old faces, even from the 1.16 people I know. It's good that everyone's coming back around and everything. So
Was it kind of a motivational thing that it died down as opposed to purely work and other commitments?
yeah, I think it's motivation. I enjoyed everything I've done, travelling wise, and even the anywhere backpacking thing. But I think it's just time and going to the same events. It kind of got a bit same old, and I took a bit of a break. And it's nice seeing faces, and competition is, I think, the main thing for LAN events. And as long as I've seen CS:GO, everyone's moving over. All these invite channels, everyone's posting, and all these like gather channels. It is good fun. It's kind of bringing back the kind of spark into CS again, which I enjoyed and it's got me into it properly.
We touched on the Alienware Backpack Challenge a few times now, and we reported on it. And when people saw you were in it, people were really enthusiastic about it. And then, well, nothing really like came of it, at least not news-wise.
Yeah.
So could you tell us a little bit about your experiences in that, maybe a fun story or a weird story of whatever happened, and what place you ended? Maybe you got something out of it.
Yeah, so anywhere backpacking challenge thing, I've got to say to Cadred and Heavy Media, thank you so much for it. It's literally the best. If anyone's thinking about doing travelling, do it. It's the best thing I've done. Travelling around, getting money to go around. So I literally, a couple of days beforehand, I booked like a coach tour. Didn't know anyone, turned up on this bus by myself. Turned out to be like 25 Australian girls, all single, lovely, and a couple of guys. And literally, it's sightseeing during the day, do your blogging and everything, and just going out and getting absolutely smashed at night. So it's pretty good.
That's not too bad, right? And then it was kind of a competition as well. So how did you do in that? Because
there was me, the Spanish guy, Petia, and can't remember the last person because she deleted us all Facebook. But there we go. Yeah, so I think a lot Petia and Miguel were really competitive at everything. my internet for a lot of the time in certain places, the hostels were staying out. The internet was terrible. I was trying to upload videos and it didn't work. So I tried to blog as much as I could. As soon as I got internet, upload loads at once. I think Miguel won it in the end, and rightfully, he did an absolutely amazing job. If anyone, still the site's out there, alienwarechallenge.com, if anyone wants to see it. But yeah, I keep in contact with Miguel still. Not so much the rest, but it's nice that we kind of done this thing together. And from what I know, I don't think they're doing another backpacking challenge, that I've been told. So, but it's decent. If anyone's thinking about doing a year out uni or before working, even though games like this, take a bit of a break, see what else is out there, and you'll enjoy it. You will enjoy it.
Right. So, and now we're back at CS:GO. Alienware challenge is done. You're back into the real world now, playing games basically. What do you think of the competition here? As said, it's pretty community-based. There's a few decent teams here, but it's obviously not the caliber of an I series. So what do you expect?
Well, our team's kind of a mixed team of just friends. We're not expecting to do absolutely amazingly well. Just have a good laugh, see how well we can do. We've been playing a fair bit beforehand and practicing. There's a few like Antwerp Aces, the Norja team, or I can't remember what they're called. They're really good. A few other teams like the new Evil Deeds team are all kind of, I think there'll be upcoming teams for later on, and it's nice to see like the NL and BE scene kind of getting strong again, because even in Source and 1.6 they were kind of a bit below for a while, and it's nice to see old players coming back, or 1.6 and Source players played together. So I think it's good for the scene for them, and it's nice to come to like a smaller venue and kind of have a go before the game gets big, really. So
Right. Before the game gets big, what about the game itself? You must like it when you get your motivation back. Is there anything you would still like it to change, or are you saying like, well, this is great, I want to just keep it the way it is?
it's really weird because before the LAN, I was thinking, oh, this game is it's all about tap tap. You can't spray, but literally as soon as you start playing more gathers and mixes, you kind of understand certain aspects you can do, and I think it brings a bit more element for tactics. And it's nice to see how 1.6 teams are always the slower pace playing teams, and Source teams are more very rush based. And for me in Go, it's a lot about pushing. And it's kind of the mix, so you've got to be fast, but you've got to have your good kind of thought out tactics style. So I think even with like the very games and nip stuff like that for later on will be a really interesting thing to see, just from a tactical point of view. So, and good competition, obviously.
All right. Final question: expectations. Where will you finish, and who will win it overall?
Well, we'll finish. Top one, probably now. Top three, aim for top three. Probably winning it. I'd say Evil Deeds or Aces, personally. They've been playing a bit. I think they've got the players to do it, and I'm pretty sure we'll see them pushing up. And I want to see a good BE team again. I've not seen one for quite a while pushing up, but hopefully a good Belgian team or Dutch team will come to light in the top European rankings again, which would be good.
I definitely hope that as a Dutch person myself, because it's been terrible, man. Right. As for the interview, that wraps it up with Friza. I want to thank you a lot, and good luck in the rest of the competition. As for the rest of our coverage, we'll have more video interviews. We'll have probably Jimmy from Visualize coming on, maybe some StarCraft 2 players. So keep checking CAD Red for all the latest news right here from Frag-O-Matic.